going to learn how to factor by completing the square. So we are going to be doing question 11 out of your homework of end of course review, chapter 6. And so let's begin. So how do we start? So it's important to remember that there isn't supposed to be a 4 here. It's supposed to be a 1. And the way that we get rid of the 4 is by dividing by 4. Dividing by 4 here. And this is going to cancel out. Rewrite this and be a squared minus, what's a divided by 4? It's 2. 2a equals 0. Right. So when you're completing the square, you're going to find a number. You're going to find c. So remember okay, so we have to find c. And the way we're going to find c is by using this. So it's gonna be b divided by 2, and then we're gonna square that. So b is 2, so it's gonna be 2 divided by 2, which is 1, and 1 squared is 1. So our c is gonna be 1, right? So plus 1. I'm gonna erase this. Okay, so we're gonna factor. So how do we factor? I forgot to mention but the one that when you add one here, you have to add it to the other side, so there's going to be a 1 here too. So that's important to remember. All right, so we're going to factor. Is going to be remember it's two numbers that when you multiply give you c, but when you add give you b. So that's going to be 1. So a minus 1, so it's going to be negative so that you can keep this negative. So it's minus 1 and a minus 1. What does this end up being? So you can combine this so that this is a minus 1 squared. Okay, so when you factor it, this is what you get, right? So you can go ahead and combine like terms. Remember, it's basically the same thing, so it's just going to be squared. So a minus 1 squared equals 1. Don't forget that we still have this 1, so we're going to bring that down to be a 1 here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to try to isolate the a. Remember that in order to get rid of the square, we need to do a root on both sides. This cancels this out, and the square root of 1 is 1. Remember, this is going to be a minus 1 equals. So the square root of 1. Remember that when you're going to root, you're going to do plus minus 1, right? So you're going to do it, let's do it twice. So we're going to I'm going to bring this up here. So a minus 1 equals positive 1. So you're going to add 1 on both sides, and that's going to be a equals 2, right? And now for your second answer. You're going to do it a minus 1 equals negative 1. And when you add 1 on both sides, a equals 0. And that's going to be your second answer. So there are your two answers. Hi guys, so now we are on question number 10. This is going to be using the quadratic formula. I'm going to give you quadratic formula, then show you how to use it, and then you can go ahead and do it by yourself. So, the quadratic formula is, and that is your quadratic formula. So, now I'm going to show you how to use it. So remember, b, this is b, this is a right here, this is b, and this is c. That's c. So, let's just rewrite it. Alright, so minus b, negative b. Well, b is already negative, so let me just rewrite that. Whatever, I'm gonna write it all out. Plus minus, alright, cool. Negative b squared minus 4. A is 2, and c is 1. Right? You're gonna put that all over 2 times 2. All right. So now we're going to simplify. So negative, that means that's a plus. So just let me write it up here. 3 plus positive 3 plus minus. All right, cool. So what is negative 3 squared? That is 9. That's 9. So 9 minus 4 times 2, with negative 4 times 2, which is negative 8, times 1 was it's 8 over 4. right? So now we're going to work inside the radical first. 9 minus 8 is 1. So basically 3 plus minus 1, radical of 1 over 4. And so the 1, when the radical of 1 is just 1, and you're gonna add. So 3, we're gonna rewrite this twice. Okay?
Yeah, it'll be 3 plus 1 and then 3 minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 over 4 equals 1, and that is going to be one of your answers. Now we're going to move on to the next one. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 over 4 equals 1/2, and that is your second answer. And there are your two answers.